I wanted to do a video with, I wanted to choose a less desirable figure, a little bit of a challenge to it, something that, but I can guarantee isn't your first go-to, or he is in every one of our personal collections, the most nostalgic that you would come across. So let's jump in and get to reviewing and discussing this particular action figure. Stay tuned for more cutting and strutting. But yeah, he's found absolutely everywhere. Hello, welcome back. I wanted to put a little bit of a spin / challenge on the video that I wanted to make today, but I can guarantee he is in every one of our personal collections. He cuts, he struts, he's a beefcake. That's right, you've guessed it. Brutus, the barber Beefcake. So make sure you stay tuned for more cutting and strutting. Hello again, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Figures, Facts and Fiction. With myself, Retro Holder, thank you ever so much for joining me. We're hitting up the golden era of WWF with their action figures today. So I wanted to set myself a challenge to see if I could do an entertaining video with this action figure, and hopefully you will enjoy it as much as I will as well. I wanted to choose a less desirable figure amongst us collectors, something that isn't your first go-to or the most nostalgic that you would come across. Like I said previously, we will be discussing the cutting and strutting master, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We're going to be discussing and reviewing his Series 1 Hasbro action figure. Before we review the figure, let's start off with a brief bit of history to see where the origins of this action figure did actually come from in the WWF. Brutus the Barber Beefcake debuted in the WWF in 1987. He spanned a career of 6 years until the year of 1993. He was very good friends with the legend, the icon, Hulk Hogan himself, which I have done a previous video on reviewing his Hasbro action figure, if you'd like to go check that video out as well. Mr. Beefcake started off, like I said, in 1987. Brutus Beefcake became very successful with his barber gimmick and also the famous hedge clippers that he does carry with his action figure as the accessory. Normally, after any match that he would win, he would get the opportunity to potentially shave the losing opponent's head. Sometimes it would result in Brutus shaving the losing opponent's head in the ring. That then become a gimmick which stuck with Brutus, and he was very successful with that, hence why his action figure now comes with his famous hedge clippers that you see on him today. Being based off of a barber, his action figure was produced in 1989/1990 with his pink attire, you can see there. I have tried to upload some images for you where the action figure had his costume based off of from his actual wrestling days in the ring. This particular action figure comes with a jump feature. What I'll do now is upload a brief demonstration. I am using a different figure which was kindly donated by my daughter to use for this demonstration. I don't want to be damaging any of this or anything broken on that one.
Look at this! Oh, he didn't miss that time. Now he's going to the outside. So, he just threw it outside the ring, Jess. What's impossible history could have been made here. Tonight, it's over.
Brutus was released from the Series 1 Hasbro toy line, which was also released with 12 other action figures that come out in Series 1 in the year of 1990. This is how the figure would have looked when he would have come on his backing card and packaging. I will also show you a reverse so we can discuss the bio information that is on the back of the card. You can see on the back of the card that they give you a demonstration of how to work Brutus Barber Beefcake's particular actions that you can use with the action figure. So let's jump in and get to reviewing and discussing this particular figure. So we can see on here we've got some gloves, pink pants, white boots with some fish netting on the sides. He comes with his famous hedge clippers in the red. They do actually change colour into a later line. You've got on the back a lever which will press down to then release his jumping action. Unfortunately, there isn't much figure fiction on this particular action figure. The one that has more story or background behind it did actually come out in a later series. For some particular reason, he doesn't seem to be the most desired or one of the favourites among any Hasbro toy collectors, but yet he's found absolutely everywhere. You find him at every table, every car boot sale, every toy fair. He's in every bin, every bucket. You can't get away from the guy. So from that very, very common figure to pick up if you don't have him in your collection already, the difficulty particularly with this one is to obtain some nicely conditioned hedge clippers, which does come with the accessory, which I would imagine why the figure is becoming desirable or has become desirable just purely because of the hedge trimmer accessory. Because he is a fairly common figure to pick up, a lot of people do end up doing custom Hasbro Maniac Brutus the Barber Beefcakes. That particular figure does have a whole episode of Figtion on itself. But still, like all of them, this is an action figure we must have in our collection to have a complete Hasbro line. Thank you ever so much for joining me on this episode. I hope it's been informative and it has been very entertaining for myself. I hope it has been for you. Please don't forget, I do appreciate if you would like to like, share and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.